Welcome to the Market Mindset. We are the hub for news, results, and CEO interviews focusing the junior commodities sector. We provide market analysis and perspective that will help position you for solid returns. If that sounds like something you're interested in, you can help support us by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and clicking the notification bell. For more info, you can visit our website. All links are in the description below. Now let's get into today's video.
Welcome back to this series on the gaming sector. Austin's going to walk us through another development here on basically the economics and the events that encompass this whole sector. Austin, what's the economics look like? The growth, the size, some of the numbers, the revenue streams. What do we got here?
So I'll start by kind of putting this in terms that I think will highlight just the sheer scale of what we're looking at when it comes to this. The gaming industry itself right now, today, where we're at, is bigger than the film industry, the music industry, all four major US sports leagues, the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, and the MLB, all combined. Altogether, the gaming industry already is larger than that. Now, esports is just one part of that gaming industry, like we mentioned earlier, but this is the sheer size and scalability of it. And we're talking about now, today, not just what that can grow to in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, 20 years' time.
So I want that to really sink into someone. I mean, I grew up being like a hockey fan. I watched some NFL. I liked, college football, and that seemed massive. You're like, oh my God, these huge stadiums. It's like the amount of money poured into millions of dollars. Or even like the biggest movie just comes out. You look at it CGI. It looks really cool. It's wild. The budget that goes into making some of these movies, this eclipses it. It's not even the same world.
Yeah, it absolutely blows it out of the water. And there's some great analysis that's been done on it and some awesome numbers that I'll share with you here, dating from 2019 to 2024 and what that growth kind of looks like. So in 2019, we're looking at about 197 million esports enthusiasts that are engaging and watching esports online. Then you're going to add another roughly 200 million viewers that would just be your kind of casual, occasional viewers. I would consider myself in that category. I'm not a die-hard esports guy, but I'll tune in if there's something cool going on. So that was what it was at in 2019. Now that projected growth when we get to 2024 takes the number of hardcore kind of viewers up to 285 million. And the number of casual viewers like myself up to just shy of 300 million. So you're looking at another 600 million eyeballs on these events at any given time, which is just a staggering number of people.
That's shocking. I know just poking my head around a little bit and I just go, okay, just put in, gaming shows or anything like that. I saw like so many, but even ones that's like 3 days old, 68,000 views in 3 days. And it's just a 5-minute spot on some random gaming channel. The volume that people are watching is startling.
Yeah, it's startling. And the key thing to say about it is it's only going to continue to grow exponentially as the younger generation gets more involved and able to really channel their energy towards this. I mean, you've got guys who are playing at the top level of competition right now. Imagine what the young kid who's 10 years old right now is going to be able to do after 10 more years of training his ability and getting really good at what he's doing. It's going to become massive. The talent level is going to absolutely shoot through the roof. And I mean, you have guys right now who are competing at a high level that might be able to do for esports what Tiger Woods did for golf. And Tiger Woods had a big run the 90s and early 2000s when he was at his absolute peak and unbeatable, right? The growth that he channeled and introduced to the game of golf because of his ability and because of his success, we're only really starting to see the effects of that now in the sheer talent level of what golf can do. So you're going to see that same growth in esports. And as the talent grows and as the excitement around the ability that these players have grows, the viewership is going to continue to grow on a massive scale along with that. It's simple, right? As the product that's being put in front of you gets better, more eyeballs are going to be on it, more attention is going to be there, and more revenue. And that's the big kicker, is how do we get revenue in something like
Yes. And what's cool too is, I just think often, I think of one of the jobs of the future is for some young person. There are going to be so many personalities that will have analysts or whatever you want to call them, that'll have comments on Fortnite or wherever the game happens to be in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. And they'll make a difference. In this connected world where you might have 5,000 subscribers and you're talking about a certain game and people love your personality, they're going to pay a few bucks to watch your show. Like they're going to do that. So it builds up an entire economy that we already see is working, that we've talked to even like QU Media about, these influencers, and how it builds up is that it creates a whole new ecosystem out there that is not only how great, amazing these esport players are, but the personalities around it as well.
No, exactly. And I'm glad you mentioned the personalities, because what personalities can give you, and really intriguing characters, let's say, or athletes, we can quite literally use the term athletes for these guys, is sponsorship. And sponsorship makes up 40% of all esports revenue. So when you've got really exciting people who, you want to look at, you want to tune in to watch, you want to watch them compete, the sponsorship abilities there go through the roof. I used the example of Tiger Woods earlier. Well, he was one of the first big athletes to get a massive contract with Nike. When you've got someone like Tiger Woods, who became a massive sensation and then picked up a major contract sponsorship deal with a company like Nike, well, you can see parallels to that in the esports side, where you've got, Twitch personalities like Ninja, who for over a year was the most streamed gamer on Twitch. Well, he got a massive contract with Red Bull. And there was sponsorship opportunities there. And like I said, as the sector continues to grow, that 40% of the revenue generation opportunity is going to grow even further once you've got more eyes on it, more people looking at it, more people invested in it.
I think a good highlight of that sponsorship ability is if you look at Ronaldo this past summer, when he took the Coke can off during his interview, and that was just instinctual for him. And that's a major superstar. These players as well, these esports guys, they have that oomph. And these influencers, they have that staying power, that if they're wearing a Nike headband or something like that, or that, kids want that version. They want the one that he signs his name to, that's scribbled on, that has the logo, whatever it is. There's, once again, the sponsorship contracts are not just for the game units or the mouse or whatever. It could be anything to do with that whole brand.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say, how the Air Jordan has the Michael Jordan dunking logo. I would say we're only we could be a couple of months away from big time streamers having their own kind of sponsorship deals where, yes, it's Nike who's doing the deal with them, but it's, their specific keyboard is the logo on the side of it. Or, even just if they've got a signature hairstyle, that might be the logo on the side of it going along with it as well. So the marketability of these personalities then allows for an even bigger access to revenue.
So sponsorship, I think most people get it because it's like any kind of sports sponsorship. They understand. I mean, you get a big, huge Nike sponsorship. That's a big chunk of cash. What's some of the other revenue streams for the sector?
So you've got obviously ticket sales for these events. Now that could be actual people in person watching this, or, you might have to pay 10 or 15 bucks to stream the event. So ticket sales make up about 10% of total esports revenue, which is still a big chunk. When we're talking about esports specifically, looking at about $2.5 billion market in 2022, 10% of 2.5 billion is a heck of a lot of money. You're also looking at advertising, which would be considered separate from sponsorship, because that you'd be looking at actual advertising for gaming companies, or advertising for different networks, or even different like trademarks that would be promoting themselves within that, not in a sponsorship sense, but actually promoting the events, right?
Yes.
Then you're looking at another 15% would be media rights. So exactly the same way as every 10 years or whatever it is, the NFL sits down with all the major networks and negotiates their TV contract for the next period of time. You're going to have those same negotiations going on with the biggest esports gaming companies. Hey, you want to cover our tournament? Well, it's going to cost you. We always get, let's say it's, 500,000 people per day watching our tournament. We're going to, we're the biggest tournament available. That's going to cost you money to be able to stream it. Oh, Twitch, you don't want to put out the money to bring that event to us. All right, let's go talk to YouTube. Let's see if they'll do it. Let's go talk to different avenues, different people who might want to broadcast this event. And so those media rights, and again, I can't hammer this point enough, as the viewership and the eyeballs on the event goes up, the opportunity for higher paychecks on that side in the media rights just goes up.